everyone, it is Monica here from TVandPopcorn.com, and I am here to give my review on Scandal Season 5, Episode 9, titled Baby It's Cold Outside. And this was Scandal's winter finale, which means that they're taking a slight break and then they're going to be returning sometime in February. And I never thought I'd see the day when I see fans this pissed off about Scandal. Like, I'm blown away. I'm really in shock. The thing about it is I've been following Scandal since season one. I heard about a lot of the hype, so I really wasn't into Scandal at first, season one, because I'm kind of like one of those people who, if everybody else is into it, I go the opposite direction. I don't know why. I used to be like that. But then I kept hearing about the show, and then I kept seeing people getting in arguments about the show, and I'm like, okay, I got to check this show out just to see what it was about. And I actually overall did enjoy Scandal overall. If you just, take out Liv and Fitz and all the relationship drama, I enjoyed the show's concept. It's kind of mysterious, had that thriller thing going on, and I'm a sucker for a nice, good thriller. A case, somebody's catching a case, and we're having to figure out who did it, why they did it, and what's going on, and who's about to do what. I absolutely love that stuff. So I never thought I would see the day. I remember, long before I ever deleted my Facebook page. I used to be on Facebook. I'm not a Facebook fan, so I've gotten off Facebook. It's been a while now. And I remember when I first had my Facebook page and I was on there and I was part of Scandal's Facebook community, and I'm reading people are arguing back and forth. Some don't like Liv, some love Liv, some think she's, hoish, and she's just a home wrecker, blah blah blah. And all the fights just used to crack me up, just the verbal back and forth about the character. But I must say, all the way up until season four, there were more people on Liv's side than a little bit. Myself personally, I always thought that Liv had her issues, and I'm hoping I can break this down for a lot of the fans because they are pissed right now. Like, I'm reading comments and nobody's liking Olivia, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, the tables have turned. So here's the thing. And this is no disrespect to the fans. This is just my opinion of the Olitz fans. My opinion, you guys, my 2 cents. The Olitz fans had Olivia and Fitz all wrong from the beginning. A lot of us who were not Olitz fans took a different approach to the scenario being written in this show. A lot of us who were not Olitz fans automatically assumed that they was not going to make it. I mean, because you could tell by the way they handled each other, the way Fitz handled Olivia when he got mad at her, it was insane. Like he was always just such a baby of the relationship. He always had a problem, and when he had an issue with Olivia, he hit her hard. He would punish her hard. You know, and I'm thinking in my mind, who wants to be with somebody like that? So, and I think this was around what, season two, you guys? I don't remember right now. I have to go back and kind of binge watch a little bit to get all of my timelines right. But you guys remember the times where Olivia and Fitz were not speaking, when he was not speaking with her. I mean, and this was around the time he even had Jake following her just to make sure she wasn't doing something with somebody else because he's pissed off with her, don't want to see her, don't want to talk to her. But yeah, you have somebody following her. So weird. And it tripped me out how the fans was like, oh, Jake is the snake, something's wrong with Jake. But yet they would never criticize the person who hired Jake. And all of us are sitting here like, okay, did not Fitz hire Jake to spy on Liv? Makes no sense to be mad at the person being hired. It's the same thing as shooting the messenger. If Fitz asked Jake to deliver a message, you get mad at Jake because he delivered it. And oh, Fitz, oh, he's so cute. Oh, Liv's so cute. Oh, they're gonna be so good together. And we sitting here, the non-Olitz fans are like, no, not gonna happen. So in this episode, so much happened, you guys. Like, wow. I knew it was going to take a turn, but I didn't expect it to take a turn so quickly. So The episode before last, episode 8, before this one, we see Olivia pretty much confess to Fitz that she let her father out of jail. But she kind of had a little spin on it because she swore up and down that she just let her father out of jail because he feared for his life. Okay? Which could have been true, and by this episode we find out it was true, and I'm going to speak on that in just a moment. But what basically is going on now is Fitz has moved Liv unwillingly out of her apartment into the White House. When she came back after confessing this to him, and she had been taken in by the FBI, and he got her released and all that good stuff, she returned to the White House. They were moving her clothes into the White House. And then Olivia's looking at Fitz like, what is going on? And he's like, oh, you're gonna live here now, so I can keep an eye on you, protect you, all of that, because your dad's out on the loose. Now, of course, in episode 8, all of us are looking and we're like, okay, Fitz has that evil eye going on. That same thing when he's been pissed in the past about something that she did. So you kind of sensed on in that episode there was a little bit of resentment there, but I mean, I don't know. I can't call it. So fast forward to episode 9. This one here, baby, it's cold outside. It's the title. We see Olivia, she's doing a great job. She's hosting parties, she's picking china, and she's helping someone figure out what kind of cookies they had at the White House when another president was in the White House or whatever. And so even Abby told Olivia, you're really good at this. And Olivia's like, I know. Now let's talk about this, you guys. The problem with Olivia is the fact that she wants power. That is absolutely true about her. Now, I think, and this is my opinion, Olivia is the type of person, she can help everybody else out of the situation. And you always hear her say this. If you go back and watch some of the episodes where she was working cases as a quote unquote gladiator, white hat, whatever, you always heard her saying, it's my job to help you. This is my job. Let me do my job. She can help other people out of their situations because they hire her to do so. Some people have a superiority complex or a superior complex when they can help somebody else out of their issues. It makes them feel better about their own issues, and then it takes them away for a time of having to address their own issues. And I felt that way about Olivia since day one. I've always said something seriously wrong with her because she was so in denial about so much in her life, including her parents, including some things happening between her and Fitz, and then the way they handled Melly when Melly and I think he was the vice president. Yeah, at the time when Melly and the vice president in a few season 4 whatever was getting it on. Finally, Melly was getting her grown up on because Fitz is not giving her none. He has a mistress, quote unquote, that he's in love with. So Melly's getting her grown folk on, and the way Olivia and Fitz handled Melly in that situation was so rude and so unfair. Here is a woman who's being neglected by her husband because her husband is in love with another woman, and yet when she goes out and she wants to have some fun and somebody's showing her attention, they shut her down like it's nobody business. But yet they could continue to see each other and glaze in each other's eyes. I could not understand that for the life of me. I really could not. And then just a few weeks back, I'm on Facebook reading comments before they took this turn with Olivia Pope on the show, and I'm reading comments, oh, Melly's such a slut, Melly this, Melly that, it's Melly's fault. But I'm thinking about this. Imagine being a woman who your husband don't look at you like he look at the other woman, and you still sticking by his side to make sure that he looks good, to make sure he continues in his presidency, to make sure that you help him get to that next level. Melly was doing that for him. I honestly miss the Melly season 1, season 2, because she was a beast, and it was like her confidence and everything was stripped from her because of these two people, and they made sure that Melly had nothing. She could have no fun, while at the same time they're telling her it's a scandal for her to be with the vice president. They're gazing into each other's eyes and can't wait to strip each other's clothes off the moment they get behind a closed door that can lock with nobody else in the room. So I was like really bugged out about that. And I said, a lot of these Olitz fans can't tell that these two people have a superior complex over other people, and they feel like they're the only people who have or who can get away with doing what they're doing because of who they are. That's insane. So I went on a little rant. I think it was episode 6, and this is in one of my current or my previous reviews, and I'll have to tag it here in this video. But I went on a full on rant about the episode where Fitz proposed to Olivia, and he proposed to her trying to kind of bypass all the drama that she would have to go to as far as testifying about their relationship, along with other questions that they may ask her that she should not have to feel obligated to lie about. So they thought, okay, marriage would be the best solution for this situation. So Olivia kind of got antsy about it and was like, no, 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 I do not want to do that. Let's not do that. That's going to be trouble. Don't want to do that. But see, the thing about it is, to sum it up, Olivia loved Fitz when he was not available. And he made that comment. Everybody on social media is saying the same exact thing. She loved that about him. She liked that he could not tie her down. She liked that he didn't come home to her every night. She enjoyed that. But before he proposed to her, the telltale sign was about episode 4 or 5, when he told Olivia he gave Melly the divorce papers. Now, mind you, there is nothing wrong with a man saying, okay, my marriage isn't working out. My current wife knows our marriage isn't working out. It's time for us to move on. He gives Melly divorce papers. He's doing it in an orderly fashion. That I can give Fitz. Even though I'm not a Fitz fan, I can give him that much, that he did at least put things in motion to kind of right this thing and put it on a better track than it was on. You get what I'm saying? Not staying married with her to Melly, and trying to hold on to Olivia at the same time, and having Olivia in the White House. So he's trying to move on and take Olivia in as his wife. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a love there, or whatever, however they saw it. But you could tell instantly when Fitz told Olivia that he had issued Melly those divorce papers. You could see it instantly on her face that she was like, hold up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. No, no, no. Don't do that. Why? Why not? You get what I'm saying? Why not? Go ahead and let this man divorce this woman, not hold her under any more of you guys' crazy idea of you two being the only two people who can be with each other and love each other in this doggone world, and let this woman go so you guys can have a legitimate relationship. But Olivia did not want a legitimate relationship. So I think that overall the Olitz fans had Olivia wrong from the jump. I could tell, and if you go back to a lot of my reviews about the show, even here on TV and Popcorn's YouTube channel and on my website that I blog at TVandPopcorn.com, I've been saying this from the jump, that Olivia is unstable in relationships. She does not want Fitz long term. I also made a statement that the Fitz and Olivia, when they having sex and stuff, they seem steamy and hot for that moment, but they seem like the type of people who would be bored with each other if their life was just dulled down and they wasn't running around corners ducking and dodging people to do it. Like, they need that thrill. If they don't have that thrill, they become bored with each other. They don't have a real friendship relationship. Like, oh, I just enjoy you outside of that. Which brings me to my next point. I also thought that Olivia was better with Jake, in my opinion, because Olivia actually ran off with Jake and was able to stay with this man on an island by herself. That's more of a relationship. Not to mention, Jake will handle Olivia like nobody's business. He handles her like a man should handle a relationship. He doesn't allow this woman to drag him down and I guess you could say pull that authority over him, but he checks her, especially when she's wrong. I've never seen Jake check Olivia in a sense of where he was wrong when he checked her. He always checked her and he was right when he checked her. But like, you're crossing the line. Here's those boundaries. You step in it. Stay back there. If you want to be with Fitz, go be with Fitz. Do not call me. That type of thing. Jake has that. So I always said to myself that Jake and Olivia were the better couple than her and Fitz, because her and Fitz have never been alone together. They've never really had time with each other that was intimate without being physically just sexual all the time. So in my opinion, that would have been better for her because it's more real, and Jake allows her to be herself. He allows her to have that authority that she has. He just does not allow her to run him and rule him with it like Fitz has several times before. But now I don't even want Jake with Olivia. I'm like, Jake, boo boo, move on. She is not the one. The girl is crazy. And I think that now, with this past episode here in the winter finale, I believe that she has crossed the line with both of these guys to the point of no return. So this should bring for some interesting new relationships. I hope that they keep Olivia by herself for a while, because it's getting really old seeing her going through this stuff with Fitz or Jake, and then next thing you know, she's sleeping with somebody else immediately. I mean, okay, you grown, you gotta have your grown folks life. I get that, no problem. But dang, let's do something different. I'm with the fans on this. Do something different. Haven't we seen this before? Yes, got that. So in this episode, we see Olivia and Fitz break it off. They did the whole "we tried" speech, and I'm like, what? My opinion is Olivia could have done more. She does not work hard at her own relationships. She gives up easily. She's in the position of the first lady, even though she did not marry Fitz, and she could have. That door was very well open to her, but she had power. And now, if fans go back and recap, look at the way Melly held down the first lady position. Even though Melly may have had to do some boring things like picking china and talking about cookies, she still sat amongst some very very well known individuals. Even though Olivia does that in her outside life, but this is only when these people call on her when they have serious problems and serious things happening in their political lives that can ruin them, and conspiracies, and all of that crazy stuff. So Olivia could sit amongst powerful people, but Melly could do it all the more because it was all the time. This is the president of the United States. I think Olivia was stupid to think that she had to completely recreate her identity in order to take on the first lady role. Major mistake. And of course, I know this is a show and writers are writing this. Got that. So I think they could have done better and allowed Olivia to realize the power that she now had access to being the first lady. But she does not realize that because complete selfishness is now in control. Like the part where she was getting ready to marry Fitz and she had on this whole Jackie O look with the white hat and the white dress, dressing like she's never dressed before. Olivia has never looked like that. Of course, there's a way to present yourself as the first lady, but Olivia has enough class and enough style not to have to dress like a first lady in the past, and not calling out Jackie O because she was fabulous in her own right. But that was her style and that was her way. And Olivia has her own in the TV show. So I just felt like it was a missed opportunity. And so, of course, fans are furious now because it appeared that Olivia might have been pregnant and that she had an abortion on the show. Now, I am assuming that because people have ranted on about this on Facebook and really went crazy on social media and the internet about this, that the writers may end up tweaking this to maybe make it look like something else. I would hope so. I don't know. I'm staying out of that. I don't even want to touch on that topic. It's just all I can say is if she did do that, if they wrote that into the show, that would be insane. Only because when you say you're loving someone and you're having sex with this person all the time, and apparently if that was the case, you're having unprotected sex, which means if you haven't been told that you can't have kids, then you can, then we already know this is the consequence of that action. So why is it that she would do all of that, sleep with Fitz in this way, sleep with him, have unprotected sex to get pregnant just to abort? That's a shame. That's just my thoughts on the matter. Don't know if it really happened. Not gonna go there. Don't know. Don't know. So hopefully when they come back from the winter finale, there'll be something about that. But you never know. I mean, from Shonda's work, I don't think she's scared to leave it on that topic, on that note, and have Fitz discover it. I have no idea. So I said all of that to say this. Olivia has been messed up from season one. She has a superior complex about her where she enjoys fixing everybody else's problems because when she knows everybody else has a problem, then she can size them up with her own problems, and that helps her to forget her problems and not have to face her own problems. People are crazy like that, and she is like that for real. Like, I've seen that in her character the whole entire time. Fitz to me in this episode 9, it was hard for me to hate him because he was trying. Now, whether he was trying to trap her when he moved her into the White House, I mean, I felt like he was. But in this episode 9, it really didn't show that. But then again, it kind of did. I don't know. It did kind of look like he was punishing her. So they keep playing this game over and over again, and it's just a mess. So before I go, because I was getting ready to wrap this up, but I forgot I needed to mention this. What I thought about Jake and Hulk, and what I thought was going on with Papa Pope. Here's what I thought. Here's what I gathered by the end of the episode. Fitz did speak with Jake on the phone. I believe that Jake told Fitz that he was going after Lazarus, or to see if Papa Pope was really telling the truth, that guys were literally after him. When Jake said this, and it never showed him saying this to the president, but this is what I think happened. So when he said this to the president said, okay, let me know when it's done. Then what happened was Hulk went ahead and captured Papa Pope for Jake. He held Papa Pope for Jake, and of course Hulk is not trying to kill anybody. So of course I'm pretty sure the agreement was, listen Jake, I'll hold him until you find out what you need to find out, and then I'm out. So then what happened was Jake was following the other two guys that used to be B613 around, and he finds out that they're the ones pulling these strings to actually have Papa Pope killed. So then Jake confronts the guy who I think was in season 5 or so that he had captured but didn't end up killing him. And I don't know why I thought he killed him. Don't have me quote names right now. Don't remember. But so Jake ended up killing him after finding out that he was Lazarus, and the guy from B613 was trying to recruit Jake on and going ahead and getting Papa Pope killed, or killing Papa Pope and them taking over and then running the company themselves, or kind of running something like B613 themselves, but quote unquote it was going to be better. So after Jake killed him and found out that Papa Pope's life really was being threatened, Holt let him go because I'm pretty sure the agreement was, and they have not confirmed this yet. They may do it in the winter finale. I don't know, but this is my assumption, is they decided that if he was not lying, they would go ahead and let him live and would not kill him. And so I believe that's why Jake ended up at his doorstep and said, okay, you were telling the truth. You were really not Lazarus. Jake was on the hunt for the truth about that the whole entire time. If he had found out that Papa Pope was lying and was pulling those strings, Jake was going to kill him. But he kind of came to him in a way of saying, you know what, I'm gonna let you go today because you was telling the truth today, kind of thing. And then that's when Papa Pope let him in. So where is that gonna go from here? I don't know. To see Rowan that scared and that stunned because his life was on the line, will that change the way he is? Will that change his relationship with Olivia? Will he kind of mellow down a little bit with all of his reckless, ruthless, just attitude killing and all of that stuff? Will he? I have no idea. I don't know. But right now, Scandal is getting some backlash, for real. Like, it is terrible. Fans are pissed. I have yet to see, I may have seen 3 or 4 comments out of a lot more where they're rooting for Olivia and saying she'll turn around and, oh, put Fitz back together. I think that is long over with by now. I think it was Shonda's intention the whole time, and I said this in my episode 6 review of the show of this season, season 5. I said that there was going to be a twist, and this is called Scandal for a reason. It's not a love story, you guys. Even though you may feel it's a love story, it's really not. It's about a scandal the whole time. It's about a president who has been sleeping with someone other than his wife. That's scandalous. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is not a love story. So, and I saw last season with Grey's Anatomy when the Grey's Anatomy fans flipped out when she killed McDreamy. So, off the show. And that was a hot mess. But Grey's Anatomy is flowing, and people are loving the show and loving the new direction. And I mean, they have really written some awesome episodes for that show coming into the new season. It's been crazy. A lot of awesome twists, and How to Get Away with Murder has some crazy twists. So the shows have, they're moving on regardless of whether we watch them or not. I've been in and out on Scandal all season. I've watched the last few episodes of it, just keeping up with what was going on. As I was so curious to know what was going to happen to Olivia and Fitz's relationship. But now we know, and now you guys know. And I mean, the warning signs were there that Olivia did not want a real relationship with Fitz. If you go back a few other seasons, you can tell when he brought up leaving Melly or leaving the White House, she would always find a way to talk him into continuing doing what he was doing. She would always talk him out of that thought because he was ready to leave it all just to be with her, and she would not let him. What woman does that? And then, not to mention, Fitz has not really been that passionate about being president. If we all be honest, everybody and their mama has been more passionate about Fitz being in the White House than Fitz has. From Cyrus to Melly to Olivia, they're the three major players and really want him to be where he is for their probably their own selfish reasons. Maybe Melly wanted it because she wanted to see Fitz happy and coming out of the from under his father's evil thoughts and tactics and taunts. And Olivia wanted him to stay there so she wouldn't have to deal with him and be the housewife. And Cyrus, of course, because Cyrus is just doggone good at his job and that's what he does. So he's passionate about seeing Fitz as the president, but I've yet to see Fitz be as passionate about the job as he should be. And maybe if he was, he wouldn't have time to have a mistress and he can move on with his life. So it's gonna be interesting. I just want to watch it because now the fans are just entertaining me now because with one stroke of the pen they've gone from hating Olivia to loving Melly and from hating Melly to loving Melly. It's crazy. So those are my thoughts, you guys, on the show. You will have to drop me a comment and let me know your thoughts about this season. Once again, this is Monica here from TVandPopcorn.com. And at any time, if you have loved this review, please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber. And at whatever time of day it is that you are listening to my little review, do enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, talk to you soon. Bye bye.